Alright, welcome back to Dank Scott Traders Hub. Good morning everyone, good morning. It's been a while. It's been actually some let me see, 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks I believe, since we last traded together on this very channel, since we last checked the markets. Alright, so as you guys know the drill as usual. If you're new here, please go ahead, subscribe, like and share. And of course, those who have been around for quite some time, you know how we do this. We get into prayer and then we get started with the analysis. So let's pray. Father, we say thank you for this morning. Thank you that we're in December and today is the 11th of December. Lord, we're saying thank you that we're back here. Thank you for the wrong break that we've been having, Lord, and now we're back. Give us the knowledge and wisdom to continue where we stopped at, and we'll be able to make the money as we close up the year. We give you praise, we give you all the honor, Lord. Thank you for the profits we're about to make. Thank you for the profits we're about to make the whole of this month and the whole of this week. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. Alright, so I hope my sound is clear, guys. Let me know if there is something I need to change, but I believe my sound is clear. Alright, so without any further ado, let's get into it and look at crash 500 as usual. That's where we start from. Yeah, so crash 500, where did we stop at? I can't tell you. I'm not going to go into where we stopped at, but clearly if I can go a bit on daily, you clearly see how it has been moving. Let's first go to daily. You remember this kind of move. This is actually where we stopped at. We were looking for this downtrend move, and now we actually after that I was still analyzing, looking at something like this to reach this OB. Once it reaches, either retest, go back to buys, or break that and continue down below. Yeah, but we did not see that. So right about now I think we can look at what is going to happen here. So we first drag this a bit here. Let's now go to daily. Let's start from daily time frame. Let's first delete everything that we don't need right here, everything that we had used previously. Let's first delete it. We start something new. Everything right there. All right. So let's flash it, even this, let's delete it. All right, so we saw price coming back to this, testing that OB and then going back. Then this time it did not actually react to this, it actually reacted to the H4. It reacted to the H4. Just minimize this a bit. It reacted to the H4 OB right about there. You can see that it reacted to that H4 OB, and once it reacted to it, immediately we started to see market going back into an uptrend. Remember right here, this was our change of character after reacting to this daily OB. After reacting to this daily OB, let me maximize this. After reacting to this daily OB on H4, it gave us a change of character right there. So this is the change of character right here. This was a change of character right there. After reacting to that OB, it gave us a change of character and then retested a bit and then continued to buy, and it came to the resistance right here. This is a daily resistance. That is a daily resistance right about there. So that is our daily resistance. So when it gave us a change of character, it moved to that resistance, then started to sell again. If we go back to H4, minimize it a bit, started to sell, as you can see, gave us that kind of a downtrend, to come all back to where, to the previous OB, that where price started the buy trend to reach that resistance, came back, tested it several times, 3 times actually 4 times, and then started to go back into an uptrend. But as it was going into an uptrend back to that resistance, it came to this other OB. This is a bearish OB right in between on that level, and then started to go back into a downtrend. So according to H4, we are still in a downtrend. According to daily, we are consolidating. That is so far what we can talk about this. So having seen all this, in fact I can drag this a bit here. So having seen all this, I now know if I zoom in, I'm looking for a downtrend on H4. That is what I know I'm looking for. So what am I saying? No, actually, if you look at this, we were coming from this support going to that resistance. So one can say, in fact, it is actually looking for buy trend, for an uptrend. Why? Because it has already come to this support, and now it has to continue up, looking for those buys to reach the other uptrend. But if we go to a daily time frame, what are we looking at? We have that strong resistance down here. We've mitigated this level, and I think it has already been mitigated on the 30, on the, no, it actually has not reached the 61.8 retracement. Okay, it's crazy. That's crazy. It may still continue to sell. Let's go to weekly. What are we seeing on weekly? Weekly, we need buys, but we've been consolidating for some good time, and that here, this right here is a strong weekly resistance. According to that order block, that is a strong resistance. All right, so having seen that, let me bring this back to that. So okay, delete this for now. Okay, this was supposed to be from this very level. We were trying to anticipate a heads and shoulder according to the weekly. Those who remember, this was the target to reach there according to the weekly, looking for the uptrend. Now means if on the weekly we are looking for uptrend, then if we are looking for buys, if we go to daily, we need to wait for daily to start giving us buys. So according to daily, we are still looking for sells. Okay, right? So if we are looking for sells on the daily, then on H4 we should be also looking for sells. In fact, if I zoom out a bit, you clearly see that we need sells, but if I zoom in, we still need buys to reach this other level right there. But remember, this is our current support, resistance right here. So it is likely not to break that. It is actually likely to start selling. So having seen this, remember this, the current trend on H4 is a downtrend from that very resistance level. So that tells us that something I can look for should be in line with the current trend, which is a downtrend. So now I have that kind of rising wedge. If I go to H1, I clearly see that my CCI and RSI is showing me we are overbought. If I go to M15, we need sells, but according to what we see currently, this is just a pullback to retest and then later sell. So what are we going to do? We are going to wait. It is likely to give us a fake breakout. This H4 candle is going to close in the next 7 minutes. So as soon as this H4 candle closes, we are likely to see some downtrend or around if the next H4 may also be a buy candle until it reaches around there, and then it drops for this kind of a sell. So my anticipation today is this kind of move like that, and then we drop for a downtrend on crash 500. So for now, please don't risk much. Don't even try to trade this for now. It is likely to continue buying. I can't tell you to buy. I can't tell you to buy though, but I can only wait a minute. M15, let's see this. Let's see this. That will be like a flag right there. That will be like a bullish flag. That will be seen as a bullish flag. All right, so if that is a bullish flag, then we know it is actually going to look for this kind of move, and it has already hit target, so it's likely to go down in a downtrend. So this is likely to keep consolidating. It's likely to do this. It's likely to do that. Having seen what I've just seen, it's likely to come around there and then drop down, and then later buy again to give us that fake breakout on H1 probably later. So for now, please don't do anything, just hold on. All right, good morning Lucy, good morning Julius, how are you guys? Welcome back. So that is enough I can say on crash 500. So let's drop down to boom 1000. So boom 1000, let's see. So remember we were here, it had given us that lower low the last time we were here, so I want to first delete everything right here. Some of these I've been analyzing in. It hit our TP. This was our target. Those who remember, this was a level for our target, so it was hit. So we can delete all that. Go to H4, delete everything right in there that is no longer necessary for. All right, so let's first head to weekly. So what do we have on the weekly time frame? So weekly time frame, we have a downtrend. Yep, we have a downtrend, and we clearly see the price has given us a lower low, a lower high. Now it's giving us a lower low. Now price is trying to move back after breaking structure. Right there, it's trying to move back to give us a lower high. But is it going to give us that? Let's go to first zoom out a bit. I doubt it is going to do that, so let me zoom in again. Down here we have a point of interest which is seemingly becoming our support right there. So this was broken, so I can delete that. I no longer need it. This was a break of structure right here according to the weekly time frame, so I don't need these two, so I can delete that. So I wanted to sell from there. Remember, we got a change of character, but market doesn't just move like that. It doesn't just move like that. It normally comes to test and look for the liquidity of the early sellers that were here. Liquidity pool that is always above our support, which is around there. So it is normally looking for that liquidity first before it can actually sell perfectly for some good time. So apparently, according to weekly, we know it is likely to come to that level first. It may be now, it may be next year in Jan, it may be whatever, but for now we know that there's liquidity up there. There's liquidity up there. Now according to daily time frame, if we can now go to daily time frame, clearly we have this lower low and we are looking for buys. If you're looking at CCI as your indicator down below here, we are looking for a buys. Why? Because it is oversold. If I can zoom out, still the same thing, we are looking for buys. In fact, if you zoom out a bit and you will clearly see this as your heads and shoulder, inverted heads and shoulder right about there, and that tells you that we need to make buy entries according to daily time frame. Why? Because that is a confirmed inverted heads and shoulder right about there, and that will mean that our target will eventually be this move from there to here right about there. That will be our target according to the inverted heads and shoulders strategy. So having seen this, I can now go to H4 and look at H4. So H4, price is clearly showing me that it is overbought, but price is above our 10 MA. Remember, according to daily, we are looking for buys and it is above our 10 MA. On H4 it is above our 10 MA, and it has given us an overbought, which means sellers coming in, but we cannot sell because of the indicator only. We have to first have proper more analysis that can, relate to what we are seeing with the CCI for us to use the CCI. But price action clearly tells us we are looking for this pullback according to daily time frame and weekly time frame. We should be looking for the pullback, having seen that break of structure right there. According to daily, we are having this this chart pattern, which is an inverted heads and shoulder, which clearly tells us that probably either today may end up as a buy or the next day may start with a buy. So what am I going to do here? According to H4, a new H4 has started. The previous H4 was has closed as a hammer or a flying dragon, whatever you want to call it, but clearly that is like like a dragon. No, I think so. So it means we are likely to see reversal. Looking at the previous H4, that was a big wick showing you resistance from sellers, showing you resistance from mid buyers, and now we need to look for some buys. So let's go to M15. I'm not going to use it H4. I'm H1. H1 is selling, so I'm going to use M15. So we need to wait for M15 to be ready to start selling, buying. You need to wait for M15 to start buying. Now from a level like this becomes a support according to H4. From a level like that is our support level right there. It is a support level. Now looking at H1, M15, you will, let's first go to H1. You will clearly see something different here. Let's go to H4. You will clearly see this right there on the support, and it is giving you a change of character right there on the support right there. I don't know what is happening to this trend line. It is not doing what I need exactly. Yeah, that is our change of character right there. We all know that most of the times change of character will always give us a pullback, probably to this previous, where this momentum started from, to that OB. Most of the time market moves back to that and then pushes all the way into an uptrend. Now it can most of the time come to at least 50% of that OB and then head into an uptrend. So just wait a bit for that. According to H1, it is actually likely to follow this, and even according to M15, the sell is on, looking at what we have on CCI. So what am I going to do? Should I wait for sells? I mean, should I come in with sells, or should I wait for buys? It is right there that we need to be patient. We need to be patient. I can decide to make some sell entries right now. I can decide to make some sell entries right now, having seen this. But as normally how I tell you, I don't trade if price is not below my 10 MA, so I will wait for price to be below my 10 MA, and then I can enter sales on this boom 1000. Right. If it does not, then it will probably first mitigate some liquidity above there, of which I don't see, because that OB there is not a good one. So we may not see price go back up there. We may not see it. So for now, I won't be following that, but I will have to wait for price to be below my 10 MA for me to make the sell move to come to this H4 order block, for me to start looking for my buy entries, of which these buy entries are going to push us all the way to there. That is a perfect buy entry for according to daily time frame that we'll be anticipating. So for now, I will wait for M15 to work out its thing before I can make a decision. All right, boom 500, boom 500, boom 500. So boom 500. Let's first delete everything that we have here. What is happening? Okay. Go to daily. Do we need all that? Not really, so we can delete all this. Oh, that move actually is what is happening. So it has grabbed the liquidity there. Okay, so this is actually a perfect move. So we can delete all that. It has finished to grab the liquidity up there. As you can see, that was our previous OB, has grabbed the liquidity pool that was up here, and now it has started to sell. Now look at that. This is going to be a perfect move for us. So here on H4 we have a change of character. What is this that I have here? Do I need it? I don't think I need it. We can delete it now, though it was a break of structure on the weekly, but daily we need sales, and H4 we need sales. So for now we follow what we have. So according to H4 we have that change of character having reacted all the way back to daily time frame to grab the liquidity up there. Now it has given a change of character here, and also here this will be the change of character according to H4 once price breaks that level. But for now we don't have a change of character on the daily time frame. So we go to H4, we have that. So price has reacted to that, and looking at what we have, where price is and how the previous H4 has closed, I don't know why you would want to wait. This is an entry for the sell. This is an entry for the sell. This is an entry for the sell. I could say just to wait for this H1 candle to close. For now, I could say you just wait for the first H1 to close, but from where we stand, let me say first see M15, what is on M15. Okay, so I could wait for actually M15 to start selling. From what I'm seeing, yeah, I could wait for M15 to start selling, seeing that it is sort of in a consolidation according to M15 and H1. So I could wait for M15 to start selling, but from what we've seen on H4, we are going to sell. because that is a change of character pullback to mitigate liquidity here. And of course this was coming to, if you can do this there using our fib, you will see that it was coming back to that premium zone or to the supply zone. Yeah, it was coming to that supply zone, so it is likely to keep consolidating, and then later it will give us a better entry for that sell according to M15. So for now I will wait for M15 to be ready to sell. Yes, it is below our 10 MA. Now what I can do is I may not enter now, but if it does break this level right here, then that will be my other entry. Or once it breaks, you can still wait for a pullback. There are two levels of how you can do this. It is likely to break like this. If it does break here, then you wait for the pullback and then you make your sell entries. If it does break this level, that will be a perfect entry to do that. Your first entry will be like immediately, then of course then you can wait for a pullback, make another second entry if you want to. But I would suggest, if you have a small account, you wait for the pullback first before you can make this risky entry right here. All right, so that, I think this is it. I think this is it on Boom 500. We are going to be selling. Never mind what you're seeing on CCI, just look at what price action is telling you according to H4 right there. All right, good morning Patrick, how are you? Welcome back. All right, let's now head over to V25. Yes, please, if you have a question, go ahead and ask in the comment section. I'll be able to respond to it in a minute. But as of now, we are heading to V25 1S. By the way, remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. Remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. Of course, comment, say what is on your mind, your suggestions, your whatever you want to comment about. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, happy to be back. Let's now head over to V25S. So V25S, let's look at it. I want to first delete everything right there. This is on H4. Okay, so let's go to daily. Let's look at this. All right, so delete everything right here. Okay, so that was our fair value gap that was mitigated right there. Fair value gap mitigated right there. Yeah, in fact it came to this OB. You can have that as a OB. Yeah, OB there. We have a change of character on the daily time frame. Pull back here, but it wasn't enough. They had to go for that to grab that liquidity, and of course to come back to the supply zone or to the premium zone. So we needed sales from that very level. We needed sales from there. We need sales from there. We need sales from there to come all the way down below. So all this we can delete. Okay, so let's go a bit to weekly. Remember, weekly we've been in this sort of a channel, or yeah, I think it is a channel. Yeah, we've been in that, so we need sales for real. We need sales. So daily we need sales, but price is above our 10 ms, so it's not yet ready to start selling. First go back to daily. Sorry guys, which one was it? So we need sells. Let's go to that. Yeah, I think we need sells. Yeah, that's confirmed. We need sells. So go to H4. What is happening here? We need sells to H4. So are we ready? Are we ready for the sells? That's the question. Are we ready for the sells? Are we ready for the sells? We have a support, so price has been consolidating within here. So if we go to daily, you clearly see the same thing on that OB. So it's happening on the OB there and on that. So it's been consolidating right around there. So it has gone back up, so we should be getting ready for the sell. So that means what we should be seeing on H1 should be sells. So let's see. Sells on H1. Yeah, sells on H1. We have sells on H1. Do we have sells on M15? Yeah, we have sells on M15. So what are we waiting for? 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 Okay, M5 to start selling. That's what we are waiting for. M5 to start selling if you want to get a sniper entry. We are doing a top-down analysis, so we've now come to M5. So we are likely to first grab that OB on M5, and then start the selling. Start the selling. Yeah, I think that's what is up there. It can as well mitigate entries, sell entries of the early sellers who entered there and put their stop losses just above that previous high. So it can as well look for that. Remember always that is liquidity pool above there. Just a week is enough to grab the liquidity and then start to sell. So that's what I will be actually waiting for, and then get in with my sell to push me all the way down to such levels. Such a level will be my TP level. Of course, we have those TP levels where you can take partial profits. But of course, according to H4, we know that we need it to break and continue down below. So it depends on what kind of trader you are. This can be your swing trade. If you're a swing trader, if you're an intraday trader, this could be your trade. Just from there to reach this level and you're out of the market, yeah, for the day. This could be enough. But anyways, I always tell you that you can always have your target. If you have a small account, you can always have your target to trade per day. But if you're one of those that always wait for a perfect trade to trade for like once a week, then you can wait for this to be such a trade. You can enter and make money for the whole of the week or the whole of the month, and you don't trade for some good time. So this could be the trade. Can easily reach all the way here. If you can hold it, get through here and make that good money for the whole month as you swing it down below here. Just hold on, keep waiting for this perfect entry. It's likely to be our sniper entry right around there. All right, that's enough on V25S. Let's now head over to V75. V75 has been one of those that, you know, it's been slow, but we made money, I believe, before we closed, before we went for this long break that we've been in. All right, so let's now look at it. Let's now look at it. All right, let me first delete these. go to H. So those who have been following V75 with us for some good time, you know how we've been working with it. So I can easily delete all that and all this here. Now I can choose to have this as my bullish OB, a bearish OB I mean. That is my bearish OB right there, and clearly you can see market reacted to that several times, meaning that is our resistance level right there. So but after reacting to that, you can see how the candles were having low momentum. They can show you the candlestick formation there, shows you low momentum to the downtrend, meaning buyers still have the say, but it is sort of a consolidation, a struggle there, a fight between buyers and sellers right there, as you can see it. So if I go to weekly, remember this, that we wanted that to reach there, it hit the target, and then after that it started to play games right around there. So now if I go to daily time frame, zoom in, I want to delete this. This also can go, it's no longer necessary. This also can go. This is daily. This, that, all that can go. Delete. Okay, so now we have a clear chart. You can see how it has been moving. I can show you this on a daily time frame. Break of structure, we've been in another downtrend. Break of structure, right there. That has been showing us a downtrend move that has been happening until it reached here to give us a lower low, and then this is a lower high right here. This is a lower high right here according to daily time frame, because this is where we have a break of structure. So this is our current lower low here, and then lower high. So it means we are still in a downtrend according to daily time frame. So we cannot overlook that on the higher time frame, that we are still in an uptrend. So now we delete everything right there. So if we go to weekly time frame, you can see the kind of candlesticks we started to get ever since we broke this structure right there. You can see the candlesticks we started to get according to the weekly. Every candle there represents 1 week right there. You can see how the week has been concluding according to those candlesticks. So we had a break of structure there, but you can see still there is low momentum. It means we are going to be starting an uptrend, but according to daily time frame, it's still a gamble, because we are sort of consolidating, not giving way for the buyers, and we haven't gotten any change of character yet. So if I go to H4, it's where we saw the change of character on H4 right there. This is where we saw the change of character on H4 to start the buys on the lower time frame, H4. But then we know that this consolidation is actually going to do us good and give us sales, of which sales will later come to a level where we'll be coming in for an uptrend. So we know, according to H4, we need sales. That's what we need. These sales, they are likely to be coming for this fair value gap here on H4. And then we come in with our buy trend to break that resistance above there and start an uptrend. Now, if I go back to daily, I'll have also another block down below. It can as well come all the way down here for that OB and then give us the entry. This will be the entry according to the daily time frame. Now, all these are viable. All these are viable moves. All we can do is we can now know that we need to sell. That is what we need so far. So what do we do now? Let's look for some sells. Let's look for some sells. All right, sales. Let's look for some sales. What are we seeing? Prices below our 10 MA on H4. It has grabbed the liquidity up there. There's no liquidity left back down up there. Up there. So what is happening? H1. H1. We are H1. Prices below our 10 MA and steadily selling. M15. Yeah, it is steadily selling, but above our 10 MA. So what does that mean? On M15 we have a support level right here. We have a support level right there. So if we have a support on M15 right here, we also have a resistance right here. So we can as well wait for price to break this level. We can wait for price to break this support, and then we make our entry to the downtrend. So until then, I don't think I have business with this. If I go to M5, M5 is also ready to sell, but it may first look for this move up there and then come again down. So I have to wait for sales because I know that's what is going to happen. So if price goes above there, then I can easily make my sell entry. If it breaks down below here, I can easily make my sell entry still. So for now, we have to wait. We have to wait. All right, so that is it. That's what I'll be anticipating. That's what I'll be anticipating on V75. We are going to be looking for some sells for some good time. According to H4, this H4, remember, it started as a downtrend candle, as a sell candle. In fact, if you are looking at selling, I would suggest that you make a sell move right here for now, because of seeing this week. Of course, this candle hasn't closed yet, but if I'm to risk, I would put my sell entry here and put my stop loss above that week, because this H4 candle has just started, so, and it is selling. And of course, my swing trade for my first TP will be there as H4 entry. That will be my first trade there, but of course we know that it is likely to go all the way down below here. This is now trying to put my stop loss. My stop loss should be above here because I've entered late. My stop loss should be above there, but I'm going to put it above this week, this H4 week, and above my 10 MA there, just in case, so that I can move out, not to have a big stop loss. When it does go back up there, then I can enter with more big entries and positions to actually push it all the way down below for more. If it breaks this level, I will add more entries. If it breaks this support level on M15, I will be adding more sell entries. I think that's very clear for us there. That's very clear for us there. So now let's head over to so you can take this as an entry according to H4. Yeah, jump 50. Let's go to jump 50. All right, J50. First edit these things. We know we need sells, so whatever that is here. We knew this and it happened, so we need to delete everything right here. It's a lot. This has been consolidating for some good time, playing games back and forth, so we can delete all this. Everything that I'm deleting is on the lower time frame, so we will later see, because we are looking at a fresh kind of perspective. That was a pullback there. We were in an uptrend according to what? According to daily time frame, I believe. According to daily time frame, we are currently looking for a downtrend. Let's go to weekly. Let's go to weekly. Weekly, we need a downtrend. We need a downtrend right there, as you can see. We need a downtrend, but price is still having price is still above our 10 MA. So I want to delete everything up there. Delete that, delete this. So let's go to daily. All right, okay, we are looking for a downtrend both on weekly and daily time frame. How about H4? H4 is not ready to start selling according to what we see from the CCI down there. What is it looking for? I don't see it. Price is below 10 MA. What is it looking for? That is a previous bullish order block. Looking at H1, we are looking for sales. We even have a change of character right here on H1, perfectly tested. Now looking for a downtrend. It's crazy. If I go to M15, this would be a support on M15, and price has reacted to that, broken it, retested, so we should be getting into sales according to price action. Should be now getting in with sales, but the previous two candles have been an uptrend. What is it on? It's according to M15, I believe. I mean M5. So can we wait for M5? I think we can, and see what will come through. Once M5 starts to sell, then we have ourselves a perfect sniper entry for the downtrend. I believe we will be having a perfect sniper entry for the downtrend. I see rejection coming in here according to H1. Rejection is coming in there from H1 there, as you can see there. Rejection 2 times there. This is a support on H1. According to H4, you can clearly see the previous candle had that kind of rejection coming in from buyers. So I can say we are not actually ready to sell. From what I'm seeing, we are not ready. According to H4, we are not ready to sell. We are actually going to be playing games around here. We are actually going to consolidate until H4 is ready to sell. Then we can come in with sells according to weekly, daily, and then H4 starts to sell, so we can sell with it. So right now it's gonna be an issue. We need buys on H4. That's why we are seeing buys on M15, so we can as well wait for a perfect entry for the buys on M15. We can wait for the perfect entry for the buys on M15. How are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? I think there's gonna be a pullback. I can't enter now. I may not enter it at all, but if it does give me a pullback, then I can enter. because here on M15 I see a fair value gap right there. So if it does give me something like this, then I can enter, but if it does not give, if it fails to give it to me, then I won't be entering buys. So for now I will wait for something like that. If it does not happen, then it's okay. I won't be entering any buys on this asset. I think that's it on Jump 50. We know what we need to do for intraday traders and even swing traders. We know what we need to do. We know what we need to do. All right, that's it. Let's now head over to Jump 25, J25. All right, J25. Let's first start from the weekly. Let's delete these. We needed sales, and then the sales were starting from there, like so. So they had to look for that liquidity back all the way from top. So all this fair value gap was not respected. So now we can delete all this. Delete. Let's now look at it. All right, so let's delete this also. Weekly. Okay, weekly. Let's look at it. We are looking for sales. Daily time frame. We are looking for more of buys before we can sell. But why? I don't think we need to do that. I think we are already selling. So looking at what we have here. Up there we have a support, a resistance right there. We have our resistance up there. We have our resistance on the daily, and that's where price started to sell from. Looking at H4, we actually have a change of character right now. This would be the valid change of character right there. Of course, the first one was here, right there, when price did that, like that. But then now, this would be the ideal one according to daily time frame. This would be the change of character on the daily time frame, right there. So what are we doing now? According to H4, we've reached the retracement level, and CCI, that means we are going to see some buys. We're going to see some buys, having seen this, having seen that. So we're going to see some buys. Are we ready for the buys on M15? I think we are almost getting ready for the buys on M15. So can we make our entries now? Not yet. Let's wait for this. Let's wait for that short pullback to confirm, and then we make the buy move. We are going to buy. For those who trade M15 and H4, we are going to be looking for the buy. This pullback is going to be looking for a perfect entry. Let me first delete that. This pullback is going to be looking for a perfect entry in the supply zone or in the premium zone. In fact, I could go for that, but there's this. I could go for this. It is likely to go for something like that. So it's gonna look for something like that, and then we come in with the sell to break this level right there. I hope that is now clear. That is my anticipation right there. But I need to wait for a pullback on M15, just like that. So if the candle, if it starts to buy and goes above my 10 MA, that will be enough for my entry. to buy this asset and go for the buys. If the next candles start to come and go above my 10 MA, that will be enough for my entry to start buying. So for now, no business. I wait, I keep waiting. In fact, I may as well wait for this H4 so that I don't rush to make the decision. If it fails to break that low on M15 and then it goes above my 10 MA, that will be my immediate entry without waiting. All right, that's it. If it fails to break this lower low, then it goes above my 10 MA, starts to buy and goes above my 10 MA, that will be my perfect entry to make buy moves. J10, we are already 10 minutes past our usual time, but I needed to do this because of the time we had spent not analyzing. So let's go for J10. We have one more asset to analyze, which is gold, and then we are out of this place. So start with weekly. It's a bit messy, we cannot see it, so let's first clear up all this. Let's first clear up. I don't know what about that. Okay, let's clear up. All right, so let's go to weekly. So weekly, we are looking for buys. We've been looking for buys. We had our sort of change of character. Prices reacted back to this level and now the buys have started, but then we are seeing some rejection from sellers according to these 2 weeks. These 2 weeks that we are seeing, the previous week and the current week, we have some rejection coming in from sellers. Why is that? It is sort of going to make some sort of like a flag. I see a kind of formation right here, so it's sort of consolidating according to daily time frame. Is it a flag? It's a rising wedge, sort of. So it's sort of in that kind of and of course, if it is like this, then we know that it is always continues to sell. It always continues to sell down below there. And I remember telling you that it left some liquidity here, which is a fair value gap on the weekly. Once it grabs it, remember this fair value gap is matching with our fib retracement level right there, as you can clearly see it on 61.8 right there. So that's why this level is very crucial and important for price to retest and then get us back into the buys. So having seen this, I believe that's what it is doing. It's gonna come there, so it is reacting within there. It's gonna play games and then later it will sell. Already H4 is showing that it is looking for sales. A daily time frame is the one that is not ready for the sell. Yeah, but I think we can continue to sell. Let's go to H4. Yeah, the sell is on. H1, the sell is on. M15, it's not ready to sell. It's looking at an uptrend. Why? Because of this support on M15 right around there. So it's looking at an uptrend first. So let's first go to H4. Prices below our 10 MA. M15, prices below our 10 MA. So I can say that if price reacts to this level and fails to break it, then I can enter some short buys, but knowing that H4 is looking for sells. Remember here, according to H4, you clearly see that it has left some fair value gap right there. So it is likely to buy and look for that fair value gap, mitigate it, then come down for the downtrend to reach this other trend line support level. So now that I've seen that, I can as well wait on M15 to start buying or to start selling. I can actually wait for sales because I've seen H4 needs to sell, and that's what we need to do. So I'm gonna wait for M15 to start selling. If it breaks this level here, I may not enter, but I can as well enter for this short sell move. But if it fails to break it, then it's gonna go above our 10 MA, and then it will give us a buy move to push all the way up there. If it reacts back here and it fails to break it, then I'll be coming in with my buy moves to take me up for that pullback retest on the fair value gap, H4 fair value gap right about there. This can actually happen today. It may not even go to tomorrow, so this can actually be here. All right, so I think that's it for now. Go to M5. Yeah, it's happening just like we are saying. So it's gonna come here, then we come in with buys, and then we get in with sells once we mitigate that fair value gap liquidity, and then head down for the downtrend sell. All right, so that's enough on J10. We will trade it. I love J10. I love trading J10 and V75 mostly. V75, J10, those are my assets that I mostly trade. So I love trading them, and I'll be waiting for these kind of entries. All right, let's go for gold, and we call it a day. All right, so gold. All right, so we still see that there's that fair value gap up there on that level, but it can either be an invalid fair value gap to be mitigated. I can see price reached to it, but it did not mitigate 50% of it. Let's first delete these that we had used previously. All this fair value gap was mitigated fully. Yeah, this was mitigated fully. This was a daily fair value gap, I believe. Yes, was mitigated fully, and price has reached that previous daily OB. So I believe we have no business but to sell. So let's now delete whatever we are seeing right here. All right, so this was my last move right there, and this here shows me a support, a resistance trend line, and down below here I have a support trend line. This really shows me that price is still consolidating. This can be seen as a pennant, sort of. So price normally can go for this kind of move. It means it's still playing games, consolidating. It can as well reach there. What is there? That is the order block on the daily time frame, of course, where we are currently, that whole level. But then on the H4 we have that fair value gap right around there. Now if we were using weekly time frame, let's go for weekly time frame. What do we have? We need sales. So if we go to daily, this is the last move, this is our high, this is our low. So if I was using my fib to understand where the retracement should be, have we reached it? Yes, we've reached it right above there, 38.2, which means we are in a supply zone as we speak. And today, as a sell day, it has started as a strong day, as a sell strong day. So we clearly see that also. So let's go to H4. What are we seeing? Previous H4 ended as a resistance. We see that week that shows a resistance from buyers trying to push for more buys. We can as well actually anticipate a breakout to go up there, because you can see we have a weak high there, meaning it can easily be broken. And if that's the case, then we know that price is likely to look for liquidity above those highs. There's liquidity above those highs that price can actually look for. Remember, that is our double top on the daily time frame, and that means anyone who entered buys here had their stop losses above there, so price can as well continue to look for those liquidity, that liquidity above there. That will be the liquidity pool. After grabbing it, then we'll be aiming for that kind of a downtrend, perfect swing low down here. So what are we going to see now? Let's first go back to H4. So we see that previous candle, how it closed. Yes, of course, we are in a downtrend, but price has now gone back above our 10 MA. And looking at H1, we are in an uptrend according to CCI. Looking at that there on CCI. Going to M15 though, if we go to M15, we are clearly seeing that we are in a downtrend. Why? We have a change of character right about there. So if we know that, that means we are going to wait for M15 to start buying for us to enter some buys. For us to enter some buys, we are going to wait for M15 to start buying. So how are we going to do that? We're going to wait for M15 to start buying. How are we going to do that? All this is an order block on M15, and it has been already mitigated, all this right there, and then it is sort of having some small candles. Remember, we've just studied the London session, so whatever it is doing, it is likely to be this here. First, see this. This here is gonna be our accumulation right there. As you can see, it is accumulating. It's gonna give us that kind of move, like I've told you. Later, that will be like in 2 or 3 days. It can take 2 or 3 days, and then once it does that, this will be our distribution move. So whatever we are doing, know this, we are looking for buys. Whatever we are doing, apparently the buys are still stronger, not sells. So if you're caught into sells, please know that you're going to face it rough, because we are in an uptrend as we speak. We're looking for this kind of move. This will be the mitigation, or call it manipulation, whatever you want. It's gonna be the manipulation move to go right there, grab the liquidity above those highs there, and then look for the downtrend, which will be the distribution move down here. So apparently, if we can go back to M15, this is still gonna be if we are now talking about M15 alone, it's now accumulating. According to M15, it's now accumulating, so we are likely to see accumulation in this London session. Right here, as you can see, this was some part of Asian. Was it Asian? No, I don't think it was still London. Then Asian gave us that kind of, this was Asian. No, this was New York, some part of New York. It was accumulating yesterday. Let me first minimize a little bit and see. I think it was Asian, because right here, this was accumulation, then this was manipulation, this was distribution right here. Now after that, it accumulated right there, as you can see in here. Then it gave you a manipulation move, and then consolidate a bit, then distributed with an Asian market, distributed. Now it is manipulating in the London, so it is going to manipulate, and then it may even mitigate, and then later it will distribute, probably with some news in the New York market. So whatever you're seeing here, you need to understand this. This is how the market moves. There is always a manipulation, then an accumulation move within a market, either as a London or a New York or what. Now, when the manipulation, when the accumulation happens in the Asian session, like how you see here, the London session becomes the manipulation. Then the New York becomes the distribution session, like you see here. This was the Asian, where we had the accumulation, then the mitigation or the manipulation in the London, and then the New York is where we saw this kind of distribution. That's how the market moves every day, distribution. And now clearly you can see that after that distribution, then it started to sell down, and now it has started to manipulate. Now to accumulate. It's gonna accumulate, then it's gonna do this later, then it's likely to distribute in the Asian session. So mitigation or manipulation move is likely to happen in the New York session. So be ready for this. This is how it happens. So I hope you've gotten that and you can use it to your advantage. If you're a guy who trades Forex, you can always wait on for something like this. So I can anticipate some accumulation within the London session, then later some distribution, some manipulation move on the New York, in the New York, to come probably around this level. As you can see, it is a strong low, to come around there, and then once we are in here, we will be distributing late night for this kind of move to break the other level. So that is how we can summarize today's gold, something like that. Let's wait on it and see if it is actually going to happen just like we've analyzed. All right, I think that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time. Let's do our recap and then call it a day. All right, Lucy was asking if I will give an analysis on Forex. I only do gold analysis. When it comes to Forex, I only do gold. So that is the analysis that you've just received there for the gold asset. So that is what I'll be anticipating. Accumulation right here within the the London session, and then later we will come in with the manipulation according to the New York session to come around there, and then we come in with the distribution in the Asian session. That's what we'll be anticipating. All right, then we wish you guys a good day. Hope you had a great time. Let's try to do a recap and then we call it a day. All right, so we started with crash 500. I told you I will be anticipating sells anytime from now, from there to down here, but I haven't entered yet. So new H4 has started, so I was waiting for it. Can easily reach there, it can easily reach there, then it gives us a sell. That's why I was waiting for a clear perfect entry. So for now I don't see one. It's likely to first mitigate that OB, which will be a H1 OB right there, and then get us down into a downtrend. So for now, just wait, everything is starting to align up for the sell, so just wait a bit and we'll be coming in with this kind of a move down below. Boom 1000. Okay, so the sell continued. It actually reached all the way there, pulled back there. That was supposed to be our perfect entry, but still it is not yet. I'm not yet convinced for any sell move yet, so I won't be doing any sells yet on Boom 1000. It's a crazy asset, you can't just enter like that. But like I've told you, we are likely to sell and then later buy once we reach this level, according to H4. Why are we saying buys? Because of this inverted heads and shoulder on the daily that will give us buys to reach there. For now, that's why we are looking for buys in the long run, but in the short run we are looking for sells. Boom 500. I said I will only enter sells if price breaks this, so I'm waiting for it to break, then I can wait for a retest and sell, or sell immediately. But we'll be looking for sells even in the long run, according to price action. Right there, that is a change of character on H4, and it has already mitigated that, and now it should be continuing to sell. So that's what we'll be waiting for. V25S pull back there, then we can enter sells. So for now this is a no-go. Yes, there is rejection coming in from sellers, but also buyers have some rejection, but we can only wait for this. It can easily fake you and say that you need to enter sells, yet it can later go back up, grab the liquidity above that high, and then enter sells later. This is the entry we entered on V75. Like I told you, you can first wait for that, and I told you I entered that because of H4, but if it does react all the way back, I will allow that loss and then enter more entries, many actually big entries right there, because I know from that level we will not do anything but sell. We will not do anything but enter sell moves. These sell moves are likely to come to mitigate this fair value gap here on H4, or mitigate the order block, bullish order block on the daily time frame, and then we come in with our buys to continue down below. So for now, yeah, my entry, that entry that I entered on H4 is currently in some floating loss. So far it's actually starting to move into a downtrend, in some profits so far, but we wait and see what happens. Yeah, this was a risky entry. The perfect entry should be there if it happens, or when it breaks this level. Remember those two levels. The risk-free entries are there when it reacts, makes a pullback there, or when it goes down here, breaks that level. That will be the risk-free entries. This is a risky entry, which will be your first entry, your second entry above there or down below here. All right, J50, we need a pullback here, then we can enter buys. I'm not going to be looking for sells, I will just wait for buys. J10, it has done what we needed, and I believe we can make some entries. Can we? No, that is a break of structure, so we cannot steal. This is a break of structure, so until it fails to give us a break of structure, we cannot do any mistake to look for buys. But remember, we need buys, so I have to wait for a perfect entry on M15 when it is not giving us a break of structure. So for now, still I will wait for this. kind of move for me to make the entry if it does not give me another break of structure. So for now, no business here, no business. J10, I wanted a pullback here, we did not get one, so either way I may not enter the buys. And I think I've missed that move. Have I missed it? No, it will come back once it reaches the CCI retracement level. It will come back, so I will still wait for the move. It's likely to come around there and then retest back, then I will enter. But for now, no business here. Then lastly is gold. I've told you we are accumulating apparently in the London session, and then we will have a manipulation move in the New York, then we can distribute in the Asian. So for now, what you can do is, if you're a scalper, of course you can scalp it in the M5 and M1. Those who love M1 still, you can clearly see that M1 is clearly selling. That was your change of character. So, but I don't love scalping to M1, I love scalping within M15. So I could wait when price goes back up there, then I can sell within this move, this very kind of level, or I could wait for price to reach here and then enter buys in the Asian session or Asian market. So that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time with me. It's been a while. I hope you loved today's session. Hope you have liked. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe as usual. If it is your first time here, if you've never subscribed, you have that for you guys to subscribe and always be around whenever I be analyzing. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. Bye bye.